What is market research, and does a new business really need it, or is that only for the bigger players?
Market research is basically finding out what your prospects want from you. And then you use that information in order to provide a product or service that meets their needs. Now, in order to find that information, there are a couple different tools you can use. Focus groups and studies are a very common one and well known, but they're expensive and difficult to pull off for small business owners. So I really recommend, for example, finding a trade association that your prospects and customers are part of, reaching out to them through their directory, perhaps, or getting their contact information, or going to an event that they put on, and doing some very informal research just by talking to people. And you make connections that way, and you never know what could happen as a result of those connections.
Is there any value to researching the competition?
Not only is there value, it's essential that you research the competition, because that's the only way you can know what context that you're working in. So, for example, you have to find out, I would recommend that you go to websites of the competition and see how they're promoting themselves. And see if you can find out also from people who you consider your prospects who they're already using. They may already be working with someone who offers similar services or products. And you need to find out who they're working with, what they're getting, whether or not they're happy, and if they're not, and very often they're not, what is it that's missing from the process? And that's also part of how you find your unique selling proposition, is because you can figure out what's missing, and then you try to provide that.
Does it make sense to look at environmental or political trends as well?
It absolutely does. You have to know what's going on in the world, obviously, and in the world of your market. And it's especially important when it comes to PR, because if you want to get publicity, that's all about what's happening in the newspaper and on TV and trends and what's the hottest fad. So if you can tie into that, you can also use PR as an excellent marketing tool.